How you doing, Jared?
Good.
How was your training?
It was wonderful.
Is this your first experience with high pressure training?
Well, it is when it comes to this type of high pressure. It is, yes. I've worked with lower pressure, in the
Like
past.
combo unit type stuff, or
Yeah, maybe less. I mean, besides Hotsies,
Right.
cleaning PCB pipes back in in the early 2000s.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, having had some experience, did you, when you first got in here, did you think, well, it's probably just that, except a little different?
No, not necessarily. I find in this type of work, there is a lot to know. So when I came here, I'm very green. I consider myself, and I'm always learning. So going through this training was very educational.
What do you think were some of the key points that you pulled out of this training?
Just identifying scenario. When you're provided with scenarios, you're able to identify, the variables and work with them.
Do you think this will make you feel more confident, but at the same time respectful of the equipment you're going to be using, having learned some of the things in terms of what high pressure can do?
Yes, exactly. It is scary, but in order to prevent that, we work with the safety aspect of it. And
A team approach of everyone looking at, what are some of the things we have to think about before we jump into this job.
exactly.
Sometimes with people, if you have a pressure sprayer at home, you think you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I know I felt that way. First time I had some training on high pressure, I had new respect for my Hotsy type equipment at home, because
Right.
I realized that how dangerous and how powerful it could be.
For sure. And like you said, you hit it right there. I mean, you're not worried about hitting your skin or what type of,
Footwear you have,
clothes or
and,
footwear you're wearing.
Flip flops, a pair of shorts,
Yeah.
cleaning your car.
That's exactly
Yeah.
it. If you're spraying down your cement pad at home or
Mhm.
washing your car, I mean, you're not worried about that kind of stuff. But when it gets to these types of high pressure, you want to keep all your limbs intact, and you want to go home to your family.
Yeah, and I don't think the purpose of the training is to scare you, but it's certainly to make you aware. Like they say that knowledge is only power once it's used. And now that you have this knowledge, you don't have to worry about a lot of those unknowns, where if you had not had any kind of specific training on this equipment, you were just told, okay, go do this.
Well, I mean, like you said there, it's just providing us with the tools and the strategies to ensure that we're doing the job right and following safety procedures. I think it's key, 100%.
Do you think that they're taking into account all the factors, or is that where your own experience in terms of those types of things that you feel you can bring to the team?
Yeah, no, leading by example and also following each other's roles. Like I said, I'm pretty green when it comes to this type of atmosphere, but taking and following others that have a little more experience is very key as well. Right.
Awesome, good answers. So you've got a pipeline experience in that. So you've been around. Were you around active pipelines, or were you around just when they're being built?
Right. Just not while they were active, but while they were being built.
And any kind of hydro testing or pressure testing of the pipes while they're there? Or?
Sandblasting, more or less. We were doing tie-ins, and I was helping a lot with the setup, making sure that the welders were had everything that they needed to do so they could get their job done. And when we were done, the coders and the sandblasters were right behind us, so was able to take in a little bit of that, and then actually worked with a little bit of small inch pipe, and we actually did some coating. So I mean, certainly seen sandblasting up front.
And there's another powerful product, application that you don't think about until you see it in action, and you see how not only powerful it is, but how damaging it can be.
Exactly, and I know when sandblasting is taking place or high pressure washing, cleaning, just the sound itself is enough to you know, make you aware that, hey, you better be paying attention here. So.
I think that's a great point in terms of, you know, when you're moving any kind of media, whether it's air or water or particulate, you've got to be aware, and the way what you hear is a reason to be cautious,
right.
Because it's not like anything else, is it? It's almost a high pitched whining that you have to be respectful of it.
Yeah. And then, like I said, and just to add to that, in this short little time that we've taken the training, I've learned a lot, like significantly, where I have a good understanding of what's expected of us when we're out there. And a big thing is technology, utilizing the app and measurements and doing the calculations so that we're more accurate. And as far as we had some guys that have the experience. In the past, they said they've been doing a lot of guesswork, you know, and this, you know, with the app and the technology, it helps narrow it down right to, you know, what we need.
Well, and even finding out that there is tools that you can use, that it's less guesswork and trial and error, that you're able to actually get right down to business, as opposed to, no, that's still not it. No,
Right.
That's still not it. And eventually get to where you need to be.
Definitely save time, and at the end of the day, save money in the investors' pockets, right?
Exactly, and also makes it safer too, you know, because you're going right on pinpoint from the get-go, as opposed to trial and error.
Right.
And we don't want errors
Exactly.
when we're dealing with high pressure.
For sure.
Awesome, thanks, Jared.